Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Trey, back with another video. This video will be focuses on the 4 different types of resistance training. You got free weight, you got weight machines, you got body weight, also sometimes called calisthenics, and also resistance band, resistance tubing. So before we get into that, please hit that like, subscribe. Helps me out a lot, trying to reach that broader audience, trying to grow this channel a bit more. Also, I will be talking about the your frequency, how much you should lift per week, and the percentage of what your load is and all that. I'm going to be focusing strictly on muscle strength and muscle hypertrophy. I can never pronounce it. I would say hypertrophy, but that's not how I pronounce. But you get what I'm trying to say. Let's get on to describing the types. Sorry. All right, the first type. You know, I'm not going to say them in order as I said in the first scene. You got your free weights. Your free weights is going to be your barbells, your plates, your kettlebells, and your dumbbells. Oh, the medicine ball also. Some gyms have chains. Yeah, that's pretty much what makes up majority of free weight. So, of course, you can do just about every exercise with free weight. But keep in mind, more people tend to injure themselves with free weight, so be mindful of that. So if you're going to do free weight, when you're doing resistance training, be mindful of what you can do. Know your limit. Do not try to ego lift. If you've been following my channel, you've been seeing some fellow people ego lift and fail. Some hurt themselves, some just get embarrassed. But still, know your limit. If you're new to resistance training, go light first. Go light first. Do not go heavy thinking you're all big and bad, which is ego lifting. Go light, see how it works out. If you think you do heavier, then proceed. Just a word of warning, like I said, know your limits. I know I said it probably four or five times now by now, but still. Now let's move on to the next one. Next up, your weight machines. Now your weight machines, thing about them, they are pretty simple to do. Most weight machines always going to have some kind of instruction manual on how to use the machine. You know, there are some people that use the machines wrong. Now, I do have videos about how to use some machines in the gym. I do have a couple videos. I didn't exactly cover all the machines, but I do use that as a reference if you are new. Now, weight machines, thing is, they can help you build up the muscle, but one thing machines has a disadvantage compared to free weight. It takes out the balancing of you moving that weight. So that's something that's a bit more, could be explained a lot more later. But like I said, weight machines are made for beginners or people who do not like free weight. You can get a good workout with free weight. With weight machines, you get a good workout, good routine using just the weight machines. But like I said, be mindful. It takes out the balancing aspect that the free weights offer. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next two before I do a deep delve on the resistance training. Next up, you got your resistance tubes or your resistance bands. Now, those could be used in any kind of form, any shape or form. It's very versatile. And depending on the band, that's why some bands are colored. It tells you that particular color tells you resistance. I think the lowest resistance is like a bright color, normally like a yellow or green. That's normally the lightest resistance, and the heaviest resistance usually like a black or a purple. I think those are the heaviest too. Blue is normally medium. So resistance bands and tubing, like I said, they can be used just for anything. Any exercise you could do with free weight or machines, you can practically do with the tubing. And with the body weight or calisthenics, which is calisthenics is next. So let's go ahead and move to that. All right, now the last type of resistance training is body weight. Sometimes it can be referred to calisthenics, but calisthenics is advanced body weight. So I'm not going to even mention, I know I mentioned it in the beginning, but I'm not going to describe calisthenics that much. But body weight is basically self-explanatory, using your own body weight. Doing exercise that's using your own body weight. You can master your body weight depending on what your body composition is. If you're more lean muscle, oh yeah, you can definitely master your own body weight. Big muscles, it's a little different, but I'm not going to even describe that. But and body weight is the most freest form of resistance training out there because you can do body weight anywhere. Doesn't matter what the location is, no matter what the conditions is, you can do body weight practically anywhere. You don't have to carry no equipment, no nothing. Maybe some water, that's about it. And some protein afterward. But body weight, easiest thing you can do. Push up, sit. Like I said, all core exercises, pretty much body weight. You got your squats, your lunges, your jumping exercises, that's body weight. Your push-ups and pull-ups are your main body weight, upper body exercises. But like I said, body weight is free. And yeah, that was the last type. So now I'm gonna go ahead and describe basically the ACSM and CDC guidelines for resistance training. Now I'm gonna talk about the guidelines if you want to increase muscular strength, want to increase your muscular endurance, and if you want muscular hypertrophy to occur. I told you I'm always mispronouncing words. So I'm gonna do guidelines for muscular strength first. For muscular strength, this is strictly for new people who get into it. Your load or amount of weight should be 60 to 70% of your 1 RM, which means 1 rep max. So if you're new and you never lifted a weight in your life, most likely your 1 RM is going to be under 100 pounds. So safe to say maybe 40, 50 pounds, maybe. Just the bar alone is probably enough for you. Maybe the bar, maybe a couple 10s or 20s, depending, okay? And that's for intermediate. No, novice to intermediate, basic beginner to intermediate. It's 80 to 100% for, of course, advanced lifters. I'm more of an advanced lifter, so I'm always hovering around that 75, 80 anyway. Your volume, which means your number of sets and reps. 1 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. No more than that. Because you go higher than 12 reps, then you tap into endurance. And that is for beginners to intermediate. For advanced, it would be 2 to 6 sets of 1 to 8 reps. And your rest period. Your rest period is very important. When it comes to muscular strength, your rest period should always be around between 1 to 3 minutes. Always between 1 to 3 minutes. Never rest under 1 minute. If you're a beginner, take 2 to 3 minutes for sure. Because you want your muscles to recover. You don't want to lift heavy for the first time in your life and you try to go back into it 30 seconds later and you can't even get 1 or 2 reps in. So rest is always important. Make sure you're always breathing in between reps. Trust me, it goes a long way. Now for muscular endurance. Muscular endurance, the amount of weight, less than 70% of your 1 RM. Your volume, 2 to 4 sets of 12 or more reps. You know it says 10, but I'm going to say 12 because normally 12 is that magic number between strength and endurance. And your rest period, 30 seconds to a minute. But if you're a beginner, on the safe side, always stick around at 1 minute, 1 minute 30. Just to be on the safe side, at least that first week or two. Then reduce to a minute. Now, the word I'm always struggling with, muscular hypertrophy. I always mispronounced it. Sorry, y'all. All right, on to that. Your amount of weight load, 70 to 85% of your 1 RM. That's for beginner to immediate. And of course, 70 to 100% for your advanced people. Your volume or how many sets and reps, 1 to 3 sets, 8 to 12 for beginner and intermediate, 3 to 6 of 1 to 12 for advanced reps, 1 to 12 reps. And the rest period, 2 to 3 minutes. Now, if you're going for hypertrophy, I'm just going to say it like that. Hypertrophy, that's not how it's pronounced. If you're a beginner, just stick with stick with the 3 minute. That's if you want to increase muscle size. But if you look for strength, 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. So like I said, hypertrophy, I said it right that time. That and strength, they basically the same for the guidelines, but that's okay. And one other thing, which I will forget if I don't do it, how many times you should resistance train a week. So if you're a beginner, 2 to 3 days is what you should aim for. Minimum of 2 days. You could go for a third or fourth day, but I wouldn't recommend a fourth day until you have done it at least 6 months. But if you're a beginner, 2 days minimum, no more than 3 days. And make sure you mix it up. So the first day is upper body. Make sure that next day is lower body. Or the third day could be core. Because like I said, when you're doing core exercise, that's still resistance training for your core and your back. So that's just one way of doing it. Everybody's different. Everybody have a style they like or routine they like. I'm not going to hate on that, okay? Because I got my own too. All right. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit with my final thoughts. Oh, one last thing. Be careful not to overtrain, which means you doing too much weight. Not necessarily too much weight. If your volume is way too high and you start feeling sore almost immediately, yeah, that could cause you to be overtrained. Cause you to be in an overtrained state. And when you overtrain, you won't be able to exercise for 4, 5, maybe 6 days, which could mess up any gains you got. So be mindful of that. Make sure you rest in between resistance training sessions. Make sure you always rest, at least a day or two. All right. But that was it. This is it for the types of resistance training and the recommendations, the guidelines for it. If you made it this far, please hit that like and subscribe. Helps me out a lot, reach a broad audience. If you got any questions, concerns, you can always leave a comment or just hit me up in my email or my social media, which be in the link. The link will be in the description below. I don't know why I keep stuttering right now. But until then, catch y'all on the flip side. Y'all have a good one and peace.